Hello, my name is Mohit Gupta, and in this video we will be discussing about accessibility and accessibility scanner in Android. So first start with what is accessibility? So it's a practice to make app accessible by everyone. Now when we say everyone, we means people who have a blindness, who have a low vision, who have a deafness or impaired hearing, or colorblind, or there can be n numbers of various disabilities with the better what would be for especially enabled people. Now whenever as a developer we are creating application, we don't think a lot about those conditions, but actually we should, and that's the practice of thinking and creating apps which can usable by everyone is basically accessibility. So how is possible? So for example, if someone have a disability of blindness or has a low vision, then it's that a case. Obviously, they cannot see their app and write. So we have an application like screen reader, like talkback. So what it does, it it will read each and everything on the screen, and based on that, the user can actually use that application. If someone has a disability of deafness or a problem in hearing things, then for them there is a light transcribe or a sound amplifier, so it's a deafness. Also, if someone have a confined motor skill, but it means someone have difficulty in using application correctly because they don't have much control over their hands or motor skill. So for that, the magnification can help a lot. So for example, if there is a small button and there is a very big button, someone with a confined motor skill can actually easily click on a big button, right? So magnification can help in those cases. Finally, color blindness. So for example, if someone has a particular form of color blindness, then using a service like color correction and color inversion, we can make sure that application is accessible by them. So why should we care? As you can see the statistics, almost 15% of the world population has some form of disability. Now we need these applications to be accessible by them also, because 15 is a huge number, and especially in terms of like whenever there are some important application like, let's say, education application like Oppia. In those cases, it should be accessible by everyone, not just actually accessibility goes beyond that. It is also for people who don't have any disability. For example, if there is a driver, then when driving, they can use Google Maps or any form of maps using voice commands. So that's a different form of accessibility for them. So how do we normally write it? Like accessibility is a big term, so make it bit easy. What we normally do, and it's a standard practice, is that we write a A11Y. So which is 11 stands for all the characters in between A and Y. It can be written in different forms and normally read as A11Y or accessibility. That's it. So what is accessibility scanner? Accessibility scanner is a basically, it is an application which takes screenshot of each and every screen in your application and suggest errors. For example, there is a small button and there is a big button in your screen. So if you take screenshot of that in accessibility scanner, it would suggest that you make the smaller button a bit bigger so that it become easier for anyone to click. So that what accessibility scanner does. So there is some types of accessibility suggestions that it gives based on touch targets, colors, uh, target size, and there is a text and image contrast. For example, let's say you are using a white color as a foreground text color, and the background color is a light yellow. In that case, the text will be barely visible, so it will be suggest a error in a color contrast. So next is a content label. The content label, so for example, if there is an image or there is a button, it would suggest that we add a label or content description, so it will be give output in a talkback. So similarly for the clickable items, so this scanner is actually very useful for developers and tester. So now question is, how can we use this accessibility scanner? So basically you can download it from Play Store. It's an Android app which you can get directly from Play Store, and from Android setting you need to enable it. Okay, I won't go there in a depth. Let's directly jump to demo. You have to install accessibility scanner directly from Play Store. But if you are using emulator, so by default the account is not here. So first you have to log in with your Google account. Then you simply go to Play Store and search accessibility scanner and install this application. I already installed it in my emulator, so you have to install in your device. Then go to settings, search here accessibility scanner, and you see this. And here you see accessibility scanner is off. You have to turn it on. After you turned it on, click on begin authentication. Now you seeing the floating action button in your screen, which is look like this. You can adjust it according to you. I'll keep it in a side. Then I am testing this application in Oppia Android. So currently let's open the Oppia, and here we go. If I now search here for accessibility, let's test it with some of the screen. Let's go to this screen. This have some sort of text. Now you can see there is a two option, record and snapshot. You can record all the screens as you are navigating to. But first let's check this screen is passing the text of accessibility or not. So I just simply click on snapshot and see it's saying no suggestion. Now in OP Android the dark mode is also implemented, so we have to take care of both themes, light as well as dark. So let's check with dark also, is it fine or not. So it's saying no suggestions. So let's go back and then first test this screen in light mode, and it's giving two suggestions. So let's see what it's giving. It's giving the item type label is not described. We have to add content description for each and every elements in our layouts. So this lessons tab is not have a proper content description, so we have to add that. So next suggestion is giving that the color contrast suggestion. As you can see, the foreground color is and the text color is bit darker, so it's not visible properly. That's why it's a color blindness, you can say, this suggestion is giving. Let's test with the dark mode also. So in dark mode also it's giving the same suggestions, that you have to increase the item text foreground to background contrast ratio so that it will be visible properly and clearly to the user, and same for the content description. So these are some suggestions given by accessibility scanner. We can say these are like this is a image contrast color. The color of this image is not properly aligned. You can see the color of the background of this image and the foreground is not properly visible. It's too much overlapping. That's why it's saying the image contrast. So in this way you can use the accessibility scanner and you can fix it by playing with the colors, and which Oppia Android also already defined in the component section, and color component or in a color depth file. You can play with it, and for both dark mode and light mode you need to test the text color, and this context description you need to add. So like this you can use the accessibility scanner. So this is a short tutorial. If you have any query related to accessibility scanner or any sort of things, you can simply comment on the comment section of this video, or you can discuss it in a GitHub discussion also. If you have a specific query, you will definitely get the answer there. And that's all for this today video. And in next video, we will learn about how we can use talkback to for accessibilities. Thank you.